I never thought I'd end up like this. Huddled on a creaky cot in a roach-infested studio in the grimiest corner of Los Angeles, the walls so thin I can hear every argument from the diner downstairs, the air heavy with cigarette smoke and the greasy scent of fried food. A flickering street lamp outside casting eerie orange streaks through the broken blinds, scrolling through my ex's Instagram while my life crumbles around me. My name's Nora, I'm 28, and just a few months ago, I thought I had it all. A boyfriend I trusted with my heart, a best friend I considered family, a freelance graphic design gig that kept me afloat, and a sunny apartment in Silver Lake where I'd wake up to birds chirping and the rich aroma of my morning coffee brewing in my French press. I'd spend my days designing logos, my nights dreaming of a future filled with love, and my weekends planning adventures with Lucas, imagining a life we'd build together. A happiness I believed was mine. But I lost it all because of one reckless decision, one devastating betrayal, and now Lucas is gone, my best friend is gone, my career is tanking, and I'm one overdue rent payment away from being homeless, my fridge holding nothing but a moldy lemon and a single packet of soy sauce. I met Lucas 2 years ago at a networking event for creatives, a trendy spot with string lights, overpriced cocktails, and people pretending to care about your portfolio. I was 26, sipping a watered-down mojito, my tablet open to my designs, my hair in a messy bun, my smile nervous as I pitched my work, a stylus in my hand, the buzz of the crowd filling the air. Lucas was 27, a marketing guy with tousled black hair and a charming smile that made my knees weak, a smile I couldn't stop thinking about, a smile I wanted to see every day. He approached me, his voice smooth as he said, "Your designs are incredible. Nora, can I buy you a drink?" His compliment lit a spark in me, a warmth I couldn't ignore, a connection I thought was real. We started dating a month later, sunset hikes in Griffith Park, his hand in mine as we climbed the trails, the air smelling of sage and dust, his laugh a melody that echoed in my heart. We spend evenings in my tiny kitchen, cooking dinner together, the stove sizzling as garlic roasted, his arms around me while I chopped vegetables, his kisses soft on my neck, his love a warmth I thought would last forever. We'd sit on my balcony, my legs draped over his lap, my laptop open as I showed him my latest designs, his voice encouraging as he said, "You're gonna make it big, Nora. I believe in you." His support a dream I cherished, his words a promise I trusted, his presence a future I thought was secure. We moved in together a year ago, my Silver Lake apartment a cozy haven with succulents on the windowsill, a coffee maker on the counter, and a balcony where we'd watch the sunset, the sky painted in shades of orange and purple, the air warm, the life we'd built a canvas I thought would never tear. Lucas traveled a lot for work, marketing conferences, client meetings, trips that kept him away for days at a time. I'd always been okay with it, trusting him, missing him, counting down the hours until he'd be back in my arms, back in our home, back in our life. This time, he'd been in Chicago for a week, and I couldn't wait to see him. His flight was landing at LAX at 8:00 p.m., but I had a deadline for a client. A logo for a new yoga studio that had me stressed for days, my hands cramped from sketching, my eyes strained from staring at my screen, my coffee cold in its mug, my focus scattered, my deadline a pressure I couldn't escape. I couldn't pick him up myself, so I called my best friend, Eliza, the one person I thought I could rely on, the one person I thought would never let me down, the one person I thought was truly mine. Eliza and I had been friends since college, a bond that felt like sisterhood, a friendship I believed would last a lifetime. She was 28, a stylist with a bold personality, always dressed in the latest trends, her platinum blonde hair perfectly styled, her energy a whirlwind I adored. We'd spent countless nights together, drinking wine on my balcony, binge-watching reality TV, laughing until our stomachs ached, sharing secrets, dreams, and everything in between. I trusted her with my life, my heart, my love, my entire world. So when I asked her to pick Lucas up from the airport, I didn't hesitate, didn't doubt, didn't worry. "Of course, babe, I'll get him and bring him straight to you," she said, her voice warm, her promise a comfort, her loyalty something I never questioned. But I'd started noticing things, small signs I didn't want to acknowledge, didn't want to feel, didn't want to believe. Lucas would come back from trips with a faint scent of perfume on his jacket, a floral note with a hint of amber, a fragrance that wasn't mine, that didn't belong to us, that felt wrong. I'd ask, my voice gentle, my heart heavy, "How was the trip?" And he'd shrug, his answer brief, "Fine," his tone distant, his eyes avoiding mine, his truth slipping away. Eliza had been acting strange too, canceling plans at the last minute, her excuses vague. "I've got a styling gig," her tone off, her gaze darting away, her lies a whisper I ignored, a whisper I buried, a whisper I refused to hear. I pushed down the unease in my chest, the quiet doubts in my mind, telling myself I was being paranoid, that I was overthinking, that I was wrong. The evening of Lucas's return, I was buzzing with excitement, my hands busy as I finished my design, my music playing, my energy high, my playlist blasting through the speakers, the beat of a pop song making me dance as I worked. I saved the final logo, my fingers trembling with relief, my deadline met, my night free, my heart ready for the evening I'd planned. I tidied the apartment, my smile wide, my anticipation growing. I fluffed the pillows on the couch, their fabric soft, their comfort a reflection of the night I craved, the night I deserved. I ordered takeout, sushi, Lucas's favorite, with spicy tuna rolls and extra wasabi, a treat I knew he'd love, a treat I thought we'd share, a treat I thought was ours. I changed into my favorite outfit, a flowy white top and jeans, an ensemble that made me feel pretty, special, loved. I sprayed on my favorite perfume, a citrus and vanilla blend, the scent lingering as I moved, a fragrance tied to the memories of our nights together, nights I thought were ours, nights I thought were real. I was sitting on the couch, my phone in my hand, the sushi order on its way, my excitement bubbling, my heart racing with anticipation. Lucas's flight had landed at 8:00 p.m. and I'd texted Eliza to confirm she picked him up. "Got him. We're on our way," she replied, her message a wave of relief, her words a comfort I clung to. I smiled, my fingers typing, "Can't wait to see you both." My joy genuine, my trust unwavering, my love pure. I opened Instagram to pass the time, my thumb scrolling through my feed, my mind on Lucas, my heart on Lucas, my entire world on Lucas. And then I saw it. A story, a post, a truth I couldn't unsee, a truth I couldn't unfeel, a truth I couldn't escape. Eliza had posted a story, a selfie, her platinum blonde hair glowing under dim hotel lighting, her smile wide, her eyes sparkling, her arm around Lucas, my Lucas, the man who'd promised me forever, the man who'd said I was his everything. They were in a hotel room, the kind with a king-sized bed and a minibar, the kind near Lax, the kind you don't book unless you're planning to stay, unless you're planning to hide, unless you're planning to betray. The caption read, "Quick stop before heading home, needed some us time." Her words a dagger to my heart, a dagger to my soul, a dagger to my entire world. Us time, with my boyfriend, with my Lucas, in a hotel room, after I asked her to pick him up, after I trusted her, after I loved her, after I gave her my everything. My heart stopped, my breath caught in my throat, my mind a whirlwind of shock and disbelief. Lucas, with her. With Eliza, my best friend Eliza, the one I'd trusted with my life, the one I'd trusted with my heart, the one I'd trusted with my love, the one I'd trusted with my entire world. In a hotel room, near the airport, after his flight. After I asked her to bring him to me, after I asked her to help me, after I asked her to be there for me. I froze, my body still, my hands trembling, my eyes locked on the screen, my heart locked on the pain, my pain locked on the betrayal. I watched the story again, my thumb replaying it, my eyes searching for a mistake, a misunderstanding, anything I could cling to, anything I could believe, anything I could accept. But there was no mistake, no misunderstanding, nothing to cling to, nothing to believe, nothing to accept. It was them, it was real, it was happening, it was betrayal, it was everything. I called Eliza, my fingers shaking, my voice a scream as I shouted, "Eliza, what the hell are you doing?" The call went straight to voicemail, her voice cheerful on the recording. "Hey, it's Eliza, leave a message." Her tone a cruel contrast to my agony, her absence a cruel contrast to my need, her betrayal a cruel contrast to my trust. I called Lucas, my tears falling, my voice breaking, my heart shattering. He picked up after 3 rings, his voice casual. "Hey, babe, what's up?" His tone a lie, his words a lie, his love a lie, his entire being a lie. "What's up?" I screamed, my voice raw, my chest heaving, my tears soaking my face, my hands clenched into fists, my nails digging into my palms, my world collapsing. "I saw Eliza's story, Lucas. You're in a hotel room with her. My best friend? After I asked her to pick you up, after I trusted her, after I trusted you, after I loved you." He went silent, his breath heavy, his guilt heavier, his betrayal the heaviest. "Nora, I can explain," he stammered, his voice a mix of panic and fear, his words a mix of lies and excuses, his truth a mix of nothing and everything. "Explain what, Lucas?" I screamed, my voice cracking, my body trembling with rage, with hurt, with betrayal. "That you're in a hotel room with my best friend, the one I trusted with my life, the one I trusted with my heart, the one I trusted with my love. You were supposed to come home to me. I ordered sushi, I waited for you, I loved you, and you threw it all away for her, you handed my heart to her, you chose her over me?" He sighed, his voice cold, his tone final. "I didn't want you to find out like this, Nora. Eliza and we've been together for 3 months. I love her. You're too clingy, too needy. I need someone who gives me space, someone who gets me. I'm sorry." His words were a slap, a sting, a wound I couldn't heal, a scar I'd carry, a pain I'd bleed from. 3 months, 3 months of lies, 3 months of betrayal, 3 months of me trusting Eliza, confiding in Eliza, loving Eliza, while she was with him, while she was stealing him, while she was breaking me. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't move, couldn't feel anything but the pain, the betrayal, the loss, the emptiness I'd become. "How could you do this to me, Lucas?" I screamed, my voice raw, my chest heaving, my tears soaking my face, my hands shaking, my world shattering. "I trusted you, I loved you. I gave you everything, my heart, my dreams, our future, and you threw it all away for her, you chose her, you destroyed me. And Eliza, my best friend? I trusted her, I loved her, I gave her my entire world, and she stabbed me in the back, she betrayed me, she ruined me." He didn't say anything, his silence cold, his decision final. "I'm staying with Eliza tonight," he said, his voice flat, his words a hollow end, a hollow void. "We're done." He hung up, the silence deafening, the sushi arriving at my door, the delivery guy knocking, the food a cruel reminder of the night I'd planned, the night I'd wanted, the night I'd deserved. I fell to the floor, my sobs loud, my hands clutching my chest, my tears soaking the hardwood, my voice a broken whisper as I choked out. "How could you do this to me, Lucas? How could you do this to me, Eliza? I loved you, I trusted you, I believed in you, and you shattered me." The sushi sat on the counter. Untouched, the spicy tuna rolls a mockery of my pain, the wasabi a mockery of my tears, the night a mockery of my love, the betrayal a mockery of my everything. Lucas moved out the next day, his stuff gone before I even woke up, his side of the closet empty, his laptop gone from the desk. His presence a ghost I couldn't touch, a ghost I couldn't hold, a ghost I couldn't keep. I stood in the doorway of our bedroom, my hands trembling, staring at the empty space where his jackets once hung, where his shoes once sat, where he once belonged, where we once belonged, where I once belonged. The apartment felt wrong without him. The kitchen where I'd cooked for him, the balcony where we'd watched the sunset, the succulents we'd watered together, all of it hollow, all of it cold, all of it a reminder of what I'd lost, what I'd been betrayed out of, what I'd never have again. I found a note on the counter, his handwriting sharp, his words cruel. "I'm happier with Eliza, don't call me." His goodbye a final blow, a final cut, a final end. Next to the note was a photo of us from our first hike. Torn in half, my face crumpled. His half missing, our love missing, our life missing, our everything missing. My clients started dropping me, the story of my meltdown spreading through the freelance community, their emails harsh, their words a slap in the face. "I can't work with someone so unstable, Nora," one client wrote, her tone cold, her rejection a wound I couldn't heal, a scar I'd carry, a pain I'd bleed from. I'd try to design, my hands shaky, my focus gone, my tablet screen blurry, my sketches messy, my creativity drained, my energy a problem, my presence a liability. I'd stare at my laptop, my hands trembling, my mind elsewhere, my heart elsewhere, my life elsewhere, my dreams elsewhere. "I'm sorry, Nora, but I'm going with another designer." Another client emailed, her decision made, her words a final blow to the career I'd had, the career I'd lost, the career I'd ruined. Without clients, I couldn't afford the apartment. I'd already been late on rent, and Lucas wasn't there to help anymore. wasn't there to split the bills, wasn't there to pick up the slack, wasn't there to keep me afloat, wasn't there to keep me from drowning, wasn't there to keep me from falling, wasn't there to keep me from crumbling. The landlord gave me a week to move out, his voice harsh over the phone, his words final. "You're out, Nora. I can't keep waiting for you to pay. I can't keep dealing with this. I can't keep giving you chances." I spent that week packing what I could into a duffel bag, leaving behind the life I'd built with Lucas, the memories we'd made, the dreams we'd shared, the succulents we'd cared for, the coffee maker we'd used, the photos we'd taken on the balcony, the life we'd lived, the love I thought we'd had, the future I thought we'd planned. I moved into a roach-infested studio in a rough part of Los Angeles. A grim hole with stained walls, a cot reeking of smoke, and a diner downstairs that blasted music all night. The air stank of grease, roaches skittered across the floor, the sink leaked endlessly, and the whole place felt like a cage, a dead end I never thought I'd end up in. My new neighbors were a constant reminder of my fall. A guy next door who shouted at his TV every night, his voice loud, his curses echoing through the walls, his chaos a mirror of my own pain, my own loss, my own void. The hallway smelled like cigarettes, the carpet stained with years of neglect, the street lamp outside flickering, a light that kept me awake at night, a light that haunted my dreams, a light that reminded me of everything I'd lost. I'd sit on the creaky cot, my knees pulled to my chest, my hands wrapped around a chipped mug of cold coffee, the grounds stuck to the bottom, the taste bitter on my tongue, the warmth gone, the comfort gone, the hope gone. I'd stare at the walls, the stains spreading like bruises, the cracks snaking across the ceiling, cracks that mirrored my heart, my soul, my entire being. I'd find myself tracing the cracks with my eyes, my fingers itching to touch them, to feel them, to break myself, to break everything. The way I'd been broken, the way I'd been shattered, the way I'd been destroyed. Meanwhile, Lucas and Eliza were thriving, their lives a stark contrast to mine, their happiness a knife to my heart. I'd see their posts online. Lucas had landed a big marketing campaign, and Eliza was by his side at every industry event. I found their Instagram profiles late at night, scrolling through their updates at 3 a.m., my tears blurring the cracked screen of my phone as I clicked on their photos. They moved into a chic loft in downtown LA, a place with exposed brick and a rooftop pool, a place we'd dreamed of living in together, a place I'd never see, a place I'd never deserve. I saw pictures of them at trendy bars, his arm around her head on his shoulder, her smile brighter than anything I'd ever given him, brighter than anything I'd ever been, brighter than anything I'd ever be. I saw a photo of her at a styling gig, her caption a taunt, living my best life with my love. Her words a reminder of the betrayal, the lie, the void she'd made me. The worst part, I found out my other friends knew about Lucas and Eliza. My friend Mia, who I thought was my ride or die, had liked one of Eliza's posts, a photo of her and Lucas at a beach, captioned my forever. Mia had known, and she hadn't told me, hadn't warned me, hadn't cared enough to let me know I was being betrayed, being replaced, being erased. I texted her, my fingers shaking, my words a mess of anger and hurt. "You knew about Lucas and Eliza, and you didn't tell me." "You let me think he was mine," she replied hours later, her message cold, her words a slap in the face. "They told us months ago, Nora. We didn't want to hurt you, but honestly, you were too clingy for him. He's happier with Eliza, let it go." Her words cut deeper than anything Lucas had said, deeper than anything Eliza had done, deeper than anything I'd felt, deeper than anything I'd ever known. I'd sit in my roach-infested studio, the street lamp flickering outside, the sound of the diner downstairs a distant hum, the roaches skittering across the floor, the smell of fried food filling the air, the weight of my loneliness pressing down on me, the weight of my betrayal crushing me, the weight of my failure shattering me. I'd scroll through Lucas and Eliza's posts, my tears smudging the cracked glass of my phone, my heart crumbling with every photo, every caption, every reminder of what I'd lost, what I'd been cheated out of, what I'd never have again, what I'd never deserve again, what I'd never be again. I'd look at myself in the smudged mirror, my eyes hollow, my hair a mess, my face pale, my skin dry, my lips chapped, my body tired, my spirit broken, my dreams gone, and barely recognized the girl staring back at me. A girl who used to laugh, who used to love, who used to have it all. A girl who'd been deceived. A girl who'd been replaced. A girl who'd lost it all. I've been in this roach-infested dump for a month now, and every day feels worse than the last, each moment a reminder of what I've lost, what I've become, the treachery that shattered me. I'm sitting on the creaky cot, my back against the stained wall, my phone in my hand, staring at Lucas's latest post. Him and Eliza at a marketing gala, her dress sparkling, her smile wide, his arm around her, their happiness a taunt, their love a taunt, their life a taunt, their dreams a taunt, a world I'll never touch, a world I'll never be a part of, a world I'll never deserve. My stomach twists, my eyes burn, and I can't stop the tears from falling, can't stop the anger from rising, can't stop the pain from consuming me, can't stop the deception from defining me. I keep thinking about that night, the night I sent Eliza to pick Lucas up from the airport, the night I saw her Instagram story, the night I found out they booked a hotel room, the night they destroyed me. I can still see the story, the selfie, her platinum blonde hair, his tousled black hair, the hotel room, the caption, "Quick stop before heading home, needed some us time." Her words a truth I couldn't unsee, her betrayal a truth I couldn't unfeel, her actions a truth I couldn't escape. I can still hear Lucas's voice, his "I love her," his "You're too clingy," the way they sliced through me, the way they crushed me, the way they made me feel like a void, like I'd never be enough, like I'd never be her, like I'd never be anyone. I can still hear the way he hung up, the way he didn't even care that he'd been lying to me, that he'd been betraying me, that he'd been breaking me, that he'd been replacing me, that he'd been erasing me, that he'd been destroying me. And Eliza, whoever she is now, this perfect girl with her perfect hair and her perfect life, she knew about me, knew I was his girlfriend, knew how much I loved him, and still she took him, stole my life, shattered my dreams, left me with nothing but this empty shell of a life. She was my best friend, laughed with me, cried with me, shared with me, all while she was with him, all while she was taking him, all while she was breaking me, all while she was destroying me. She stood there in my memories, drinking wine on my balcony, watching TV with me, and she didn't care, didn't stop, didn't feel a thing, didn't feel me. And my friends, Mia, the one I thought would always be there, the one I thought would always have my back. She knew about them, knew about their affair, knew about their love, and she didn't tell me, didn't warn me, didn't care enough to save me from the betrayal, from the pain, from the loss, from the void I've become. She liked their stupid posts, cheered for their stupid love, smiled at their stupid life, while I was here, falling apart, breaking apart, losing it all, losing myself, losing me. But instead of looking at myself, instead of seeing what I did wrong, I point the finger at them, at Lucas, at Eliza, at Mia, at everyone who let me down, who deceived me, who destroyed me. If Lucas hadn't cheated on me, I wouldn't be here. I mutter, my voice low, my eyes fixed on the flickering street lamp, my hands clenched into fists, my nails digging into my palms, my tears falling onto the cot, my heart racing, my mind spinning, my soul crumbling. He should have been honest, should have told me, should have cared enough to choose me over her. Not Eliza, not anyone else, just me. He was supposed to be mine, to want me, to love me, not her, never her. And Eliza, she knew I was his girlfriend, knew how much I loved him, and still she took him, stole my life, shattered my dreams, left me with nothing but this empty shell of a life. And Mia, she was supposed to be my friend, supposed to tell me, supposed to protect me, not stab me in the back, not cheer for my deception, not cheer for my replacement, not cheer for my loss. They all deceived me, Lucas, Eliza, Mia, everyone. They're the reason I'm here, not me, not my actions, not my choices. I know I'm wrong, deep down, but I can't admit it, can't face it, can't let myself see the truth. That I was too trusting, that I ignored the signs, that I let myself be too clingy, that I let myself be needy, that I ruined my own life by not seeing the truth, by not seeing the lie, by not seeing the void I was becoming. Instead, I decide to fight back, to make Lucas and Eliza feel the pain I'm feeling, to make them see what they've done to me, to make them pay for deceiving me. I open my phone, my hands shaking, my battery at 2%, my screen cracked, my fingers trembling, my heart racing, my mind buzzing, and start typing a post for Instagram, my words sharp, my tone desperate, my plan a last-ditch effort to ruin them. I sent my best friend to pick him up from the airport. They booked a hotel room instead, I write, my fingers flying across the screen, my anger pouring out, my pain pouring out, my hurt pouring out, my deception pouring out. Lucas was cheating on me with Eliza, my best friend, for 3 months, lying to me, betraying me, breaking me, replacing me, destroying me. She was my best friend, laughed with me, shared with me, all while she was with him, all while she was taking him, all while she was breaking me. I have proof, messages, photos, everything. I'm going to post them, to share them, to spread them, to make sure everyone knows what they did, to make sure everyone knows who they really are, to make sure everyone knows how they hurt me, how they shattered me, how they deceived me. I'm going to send the screenshots to his marketing firm, to his clients, to her styling agency, to everyone who thinks they're perfect, to everyone who doesn't know the truth, to everyone who doesn't know what they did, to everyone who doesn't know how they broke me. I'm going to ruin their lives like they ruined mine. I'm going to ruin their reputations like they ruined my heart. I'm going to ruin their everything like they ruined mine. I'm going to ruin their nothing like they made me nothing. I hit post, my heart racing, my mind buzzing with a mix of hope and rage. Thinking maybe this will work, maybe they'll hurt, maybe they'll feel what I feel, maybe they'll see what they've done, maybe they'll regret it, maybe they'll apologize, maybe they'll fix it, maybe they'll fix me, maybe they'll make it right, maybe they'll make me something, maybe they'll make me again. But deep down, I know it won't change anything. No, I've lost them for good. No, I have no one to blame but myself. No one to hurt but myself. No one to shatter but myself. No one to be but this empty shell, this void I've become. I set my phone down, my tears falling onto the cracked screen, and stare at the wall, the street lamp flickering outside. The sound of the diner downstairs a distant hum. The roaches skittering across the floor. The smell of fried food filling the air, the weight of my loneliness pressing down, the weight of my betrayal crushing me, the weight of my failure shattering me, and wonder if I'll ever find a way out of this mess, wonder if I'll ever learn, wonder if I'll ever change, or if I'm doomed to keep making the same mistakes. Over and over, until there's nothing left to lose, until there's nothing left to shatter, until there's nothing left to hurt, until there's nothing left to feel, until there's nothing left to be.